do see we do see on here that we actually did the description, joined green side, okay, and we do see that we accessed, we do see that this interface did join VLAN 10. That's the command to for this interface to join VLAN 10, and this is the command to ensure that it's an access VLAN as opposed to other types of VLANs. Now, other types of VLANs include um, trunk, trunk VLANs, native VLANs, switch virtual interface style VLANs, and layer 3 VLANs. Okay, right now, as I said, we're talking about access VLANs, so that's why we actually have to uh, type in switch port mode access, because there's different modes, including trunking. But right now, the first thing we do is we uh, type out, we tell the interface we want you in access mode, even though it is by default access mode. And we also tell it now we want you to, instead of being in VLAN 1, which is the native VLAN, which is what the VLAN that everyone starts out, we want you, instead of being in the native VLAN 1, you're going to be in VLAN 10. And then we did the description command, which just said we join the green side. Okay, because the name of the VLAN is VLAN green. Again, we can do show VLAN ID 10, and we can see that again it is green. So let's do the same thing on the other side for red. Okay, so that's probably faster than 020. So first thing is go to configuration terminal, and I think I already did VLAN red. So VLAN 20, and I think I did the description already. Let's just say red network. Invalid description. VLAN configuration. Oh, not description, name. So when we're dealing with a particular interface, it's description. When we're dealing with a VLAN, it's name. My apologies. Okay, name, red network. So which interface are we putting in the red network? We're doing FA020 just to match the third octet right here. So we're going to go to F0/20. And wouldn't you know, I keep on striking out. So interface F0/20. Okay, good. And we don't need to do a no shut because we're on the switch. And all interfaces are on by default. Okay, so we're going to do switch port mode access to tell this interface, hey, we're an access port and we're an access interface, as opposed to other types of interfaces, including trunking. Now we're going to tell it to join something other than the native VLAN, because if we do show VLAN brief, we can see that FA020 by default, oh, we already did, yeah, we already created the red. We can see that VLAN, like, what happened? Oh, sorry, my packet tracer quit. Reopen. It happens. That's why you got to save. It probably won't even come back. Yep. Oh, man, it's making me log in again. Why would it force me to log in again? Let's see. Well, hold on just a second. Okay, let me log in again. Just trying to get that password. Okay. Come on. Okay, now let me share my screen. Allow. Share this. Oops. Shops. I want to share everything. Okay, can you now see my Cisco packet tracer?
Yes.
Okay. So let me bring it up again, and let me just connect these two switches, two PCs, and let me do it this way. I'm going to go ahead and just connect these PCs right to the switch. So this is PC 0. You know what? I'm going to do something. I'm going to get real symmetrical here. I'm going to delete this switch. And frankly, I'm going to delete these two PCs. So let me grab another couple other let me grab this one, PC2, and this will be PC3. And this way I can get symmetrical with my connections. So this is PC2 going to 0/2. This will be PC3 going to 0/3. Now, let me just say VLAN 2 is, we'll call it green. VLAN 3, we'll call it red. Okay, so yeah, let's on this PC, let's give it, we'll say this is dot 2.0/24, and VLAN 3 is 192.168.3 /0/24. Oh, and now that I have that, let me put the IP addresses on these PCs. So this will be 192.168.2.2, and this will be default gateway. Let's default it to the .1 of that network, and this desktop here, go to this and do 192.168.3.2, and let's give it the default first IP of that first subnet, like we did on the other side. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put them in separate VLANs. So we're going to go to our switch, and we're going to make sure that there's that everything is in the appropriate VLANs first. We'll do show VLAN brief, and we can see that everything is in VLAN 1. And that is appropriate, because when you start a brand new switch, or after you erase the everything, the VLAN database and the startup configuration, you wind up with everything being in the same VLAN. So now, because VLAN 1 is the native VLAN, and so what we want to do is we want to place 03 in VLAN 3, and we want to place FA02 in VLAN 2. So we'll use the most engineered solution. We'll say configure terminal, and then we'll say VLAN 2. And then here we can name it, and we're going to name it Greenland. Okay, and then we're going to go to interface F0/2, and we don't have to do no shut because it's a switch, but we will do switch port mode access, and we'll say switch port access VLAN 2, and we're good. Now, this switch, we'll configure, we'll create VLAN 3 and place FA03 in the VLAN 3 at the same time. So we'll do configure terminal, interface FA03, and then we'll say switch port mode access, and then we'll say switch port access VLAN 3. And because we never messed around with the name of VLAN 3, we never created it before, it actually says VLAN does not exist, creating VLAN 3. Go to end. Mount Clemens, let me just see something. Hello?
Hi, Jason. This is Michaela calling from JP Morgan, Kyle's assistant. How are you?
Good.
Good. Hey, I just wanted to give you a heads up. I know you talked to Kyle yesterday, and you said you were A-okay with signing for that
Yes.
lost beneficiary.
Yes.
I just sent it on over to you, okay? So as soon as you sign, you'll see the funds in your account. And then I also pushed out the other, just traditional RMD too, okay?
Okay, thank you very much, and I'll try to get that over to you as soon as possible.
No worries. Take your time. It's totally okay. And if you have any questions, Jason, the number I'm calling from is my direct line. You can always call me too, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Jason, you're welcome. Bye now.
Anyways, so if we do show VLAN brief, we can see that everything is appropriate right here, but nothing in green. Oh, did I not do the Greenland? FA02. Wait a second. VLAN 3 green. This doesn't make sense. Let me just see something. Let me just do a show run. See what's going on here. So fast Ethernet 02. I did VLAN 3 on it. That doesn't make sense. And fast Ethernet 03, it's saying I didn't do anything.
We can't hear anything.
Can you hear me now?
No, we still can't hear you.
You can't hear me. This doesn't make any sense. Can you hear me now? Well, let's see. Let's see. Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? No? You can't hear me now? Okay, let's try it again. Here, let me just see. Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We can hear you now. Yep.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna grab some water. I'll be right back. Okay, just be a couple minutes for more people to join. I have no idea what happened. And I have a feeling some people won't come back because they'll want just the recording. So um, I don't have to, the recording will still be there. So what I wanted to do now is to show everyone that, hey, we can write, we can, oh, hold on just a second. We can erase our database. So we can do write erase, okay, or we can do delete, and then we can do flash vlan.dat, and we can do show vlan brief.
Also, Professor, we're not seeing your packet tracer right now.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, let me share my screen. Allow. All right, so I'm just going to do the easy thing, and I'm going to just delete the switch for now. And I'm going to just grab a new switch. And I'm just going to connect these to the appropriate interfaces. F803, since that's relates to the third octet, just for the heck of it. And now let's again do enable conf t, and let's again try let's try VLAN 2 name Greenland and interface F0/2. We're going to do switch port mode access, switch port access, VLAN 2. And then that's the long way, because we first created VLAN 2. We can then name it. Now let's put FA03 into VLAN 3 without creating it first. Let me let this person in. Okay. And now I have a feeling I know why I have a feeling I know why our audio was disrupted, because I took that call and I took the call and the audio changed from here to my phone and it wouldn't revert back. So I'm seeing that it's showing I got a call.
We don't hear you anymore.
Oh. Hold on just a second. Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Let's see. Ah, I see. Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So I figured it out. So what happens is when the person called me from my bank, I took the call because I thought it was important. I presumed it was important. Like, I didn't know. Like, anytime you're a financial institution, your doctor calls, um, you take the call because it could be something, horrible. So I called the bank, but what happened was when I took the call, the audio input transferred from my computer to my phone. So now the same thing happened when somebody tried to call me right now. Could have been a marketing call, whatever. So it's still transferred, and you have to manually transfer it back. So, okay, I guess I learned something. So, anyways, um, here we go. Okay, switchboard access VLAN 2. Now, this time, what we're going to do, we're going to place interface FA03 in VLAN 3 without creating VLAN 3. So, we're going to go to interface F0/3, and then we're going to say switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 3. So you can see VLAN access VLAN does not exist, creating VLAN 3. Go to N. Now we can show VLAN brief, and we can see that Greenland has been created with FA0/2. VLAN 003 has been created, and we place FA03 in it. So let's go to the global configuration, and let's go to that VLAN 3, and let's give it a name. We'll call it Project Red. Okay, now we'll run the same command, show VLAN brief, and the name of VLAN 3 has changed to Project Red. Okay, and we can do show VLAN ID 2. We can see that it shows the name and all of the ports that are inside of it. Okay, so let's see. In VLAN 3, let's give it. Oh, we already put the information in there. So now, if we put in another PC, and we'll say that's PC4. So we'll give it 192.168.3.4. Okay. Looks like somebody wants to join. So the question is, now PCs 3 and 4 are in the same layer 3 addressing scheme. This is 3.2. This is 3.4. Should they be able to ping? So my question, everyone, is should PC3 and PC4 be able to ping? And are they in the same VLAN? And let me push this up here and push this here. So what do you think? Should PC?
I don't think they should be able to. They're in different VLANs.
Oh man, but I didn't designate PC4 to. Well, PC4 doesn't know VLANs from, from anything. But the where VLANs are significant is the switch. So the interfaces are in VLANs, not the PCs. Sometimes I kind of say it weird, but it's the interfaces that are in VLANs. But I never configured FA04 to be in any VLAN. So what VLAN is it in? Does it even have a VLAN?
It's in VLAN 1.
Whoa, my gosh, very good. And why is that?
That's the default VLAN for every
That's the default VLAN because it's what we call the native VLAN. So I'll get back to that in just a second. Now, yes, now we can verify what he said by doing show VLAN brief, and we can see that VLAN F04 is in fact in VLAN 1. So let's change that. So before I change it, let's ping these two, and it should not work. It should not work. And it doesn't. Okay, so let's make it so that FA04 is in VLAN 3. So we'll say configuration T, interface F0/4, and then we'll say switch port. And actually, let's configure FA04 and 5 to be part of a VLAN 3 because we just want to do things for the future. So we'll say interface range F0/4 to 5, and we'll do description. We'll say migrated to red. And if we do a do show run, we can see that what I've done with the description affected the complete range 0/4 to 0/5. Okay, I'm still in that range. Now I'll do switch port mode access. Now keep in mind, I always do switch port mode access, but because if you did question mark, there's really no word that they use besides mode that starts with M. So you can literally type in M, and then A. There's no other word that starts with A. So switch port MA. So then you could say switch port access VLAN 3. Go to end. Now if we did switch port VLAN ID 3, we can see that there are 3 ports in VLAN 3, and they're called Project Red. So let's go ahead. Now it's going to fail the first time maybe, but it should work the second time. Oh my gosh. And it is failing. Now let me just see something. 3.4, 192.168.3.4, and this is 3.2. Let me just make sure. Okay, that's successful. Successful. Okay. And let's take a look at the show MAC address table, at the MAC address table, show MAC address table, we can see that it is right now only resolving VLAN 3. Let's take a look at VLAN 2. I do have, so I'm going to go ahead and make an errant ping. And this, even though it's an errant ping, this should, now it shows VLAN 2. So successful. So now let's take a look at this. Now it's showing the appropriate IP addresses per VLAN. So the question is, why are we doing this? This is crazy. This is nuts. This is stupid. This is extra work. Well, the first thing is the sheer number of users. Well, wait a second. Why do I care about that? Well, there's a reason why. If you take a look at white sheets, and if you Google how many users should be on the same VLAN, no matter what, it's going to be somewhere between 200 and 250. Okay? Well, why? I don't even think it should be that high. I think it should be around 100. But that's only my opinion. Why is that? Well, because if you have a certain set of users and they're somehow separated, okay, when one computer does something, we'll call it when, if one user creates a broadcast request, okay, that computer is going to be broadcasting to everyone on its subnet. And if you're a computer over here, you're not going to be getting that because you've been separated by virtual LANs. So make no mistake, a virtual LAN is logically equivalent to a subnet, which is logically equivalent to a broadcast domain. So something, and you're like, wait a second, I thought like switches, they block collisions. Okay? And you're right. Switches block collisions, but they don't block broadcasts, which is why if you have the same switch and they're all in the same subnet, they're in the same broadcast domain. And you guys are like, well, okay, I'm a smart computer user. I will never create a broadcast. I would never be so low as to create a broadcast. Well, let me shed some light on you. Every single time you turn on your computer, your stationary PC, it sends a couple broadcasting signals, the first of which asks for an IP address. The method of asking an IP address is defined in the DARPA algorithm. Remember, it discovers the IP address server. It asks or requests, the IP address that the server offers, and so on and so forth. All of that is a broadcast. Okay? And the entire subnet will receive that broadcast. And let me give you an example. Let's take a look at the red subnet right here. So this is the red subnet. This is the red subnet. So I'm going to do a command that will that will ping both of these, and you'll see it pings both of these, but it won't ping this. And let me get into delete. Let me get into simulation mode, and I'm gonna go to my PC, and I'm gonna ping the broadcast address of the red VLAN network, and that's gonna be 192.168.3.255. Okay. Now, before I press enter, I'm going to go into simulation. Okay. And I'm going to go back to the, and let's not do a broadcast right away. Let's just ping from PC4. Let's ping PC3. And let's see the packet. Okay. So source is 3.4, destination is 3.3. So we should see it. Where is it? Go to the switch. Now the switch already has a MAC address table in it. It goes right there. Now PC3. Hold on just a second. I don't know if the simulation reset the ARP table of it, but we can see that it's still learning and everything. And we can see eventually the PC4 goes right to goes right to it. Okay, 1 second. Now, if we go to real time, let's go ahead. Sorry about this. We've gone to real time. Okay. Now let's try this again. All right, 1 second. Ping timed out, request timed out. Okay, so here, let me just see. 3.3. Did I not Oh, 3.2. What was I doing? Why is this 3? Oh, okay. Because maybe it's 3.2. So let me try this again. My apologies. 3.2. And it pings right away. So let's try this again in simulation mode. Let me do it right. So let me go to simulation mode and ping this to this in progress. Here we go. Successful. So you saw PC4 throw a ping packet to PC3. PC3 threw it back to PC4. And in order for me to make any sense of this, I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to add another PC into this red network. And I'm going to do this very short way. I'm going to go to configuration, and I'm just going to do, that's VLAN 3. I went to PC5. Yeah, it's VLAN 3 already. Go to PC5. And I'm going to say 192.168.3.10. Okay. And now I'm just going to ping this real quick just to get the MAC address into this switch. So now, let me go into simulation mode, and I'm going to ping 3.2 in simulation mode. Okay, looks like that was a success. Okay, that's a success. So now, see, that's a success. So let's get out of simulation. Let's go back to real time. So now what I'm going to do, I am going to ping the default. I'm going to ping the broadcast IP address. So we'll say ping. Instead of saying ping 192.168.3.2, we're going to ping the default. We're going to ping the broadcast of this, which is 255. Okay, so you can see that it automatically sought out every PC on this network. Okay, see that? It's seeking out every single PC from this network. Okay, so as you can see, by pinging one address, you're actually pinging your all these addresses because you're literally addressing everyone on this network. So what happens is when you turn on your PC and it makes a broadcast, it's actually affecting every single one of your interfaces right here. Okay? So that is the importance of VLANs. And unfortunately, we are out of time. So we'll have to take this up on Tuesday. Okay?